Brian Barry, GAA editor at Brian G. Barry. GAA President Larry McCarthy says there are no plans to change All-Ireland finals in July. GAA President Larry McCarthy discusses the impact of the split season and the association's intention to stick with July All-Ireland finals, the volume of high-profile games being held in Croke Park, and the start of the Tailteann Cup. GAA President Larry McCarthy says there are no plans to move the All-Ireland finals back to August. Following a Congress vote in 2021, from this year onwards the inter-county championships will conclude at the end of July to allow for the club season in the second half of the year. Sponsored link. As tourists return, Japan looks to open doors even more. Nikkei Asia. Recommended by. Despite the GAA's entire playing population now set to play club championship action in August, there has been criticism of the move in some quarters. I am not the boss. Central Council make that decision on that, but we have to let this year go through and look at it, said McCarthy. We're going to have a different year next year, we have to let that go through and see what that's going to bring. Maybe after that, but I wouldn't foresee a change for next year. And he is disappointed with some of the commentary. Disappointed to this extent. Let it run and let's see what the implications of it are, he said. You can't make decisions midstream. Let it run out and then we'll look at it as we said we would, and we'll have to do it again for next year because we're going to have a different competition structure in the All-Ireland Football Championship. We'll know next year what it will look like with an increased volume of games, and then we'll be able to make an informed decision. Should games be moved out of Croker? With rising costs of fuel and accommodation, there have been calls for more games to be moved out of Croke Park and into regional venues in recent weeks. In particular, Saturday's double-header of football qualifiers has incited debate, as 3 teams west of the Shannon are set to travel to Dublin. I am delighted that Clare are coming to Croke Park. That's one of the teams west of the Shannon, McCarthy said. Mayo have been there quite a lot, so I suspect that some of the commentary may be emanating from there. I am not sure. Mayo brings such a crowd. Is there a neutral ground between Newbridge and Castlebar that would fit Mayo and Kildare? I think players want to play in Croke Park and we're giving them that opportunity. Last week, the Kerry hurlers were forced to forego an overnight stay in the capital for the Joe McDonagh Cup final, due to the high costs of hotels. The cost of living is a concern for everybody, but if teams overnighting in Dublin is an outrageous cost, we will have to see what we can do. McCarthy. Successful start to the Tailteann Cup. The inaugural Tailteann Cup has been widely heralded as lower-tier counties compete for championship silverware. I am delighted it has taken off and long may it continue, said McCarthy. Everybody seems to have embraced it enthusiastically. Carlow were a bit negative initially. They won a match and it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. They came around to it. We ended up with Sligo and Leitrim in the quarters, which was a great event. We had Cavan playing Fermanagh, which was a local one. We were to a certain extent looking to replicate the provincials. Think of the cost of sending Waterford to Fermanagh and what sort of a gate that might have got. Whereas if Cavan went to Fermanagh, it was a better draw and a better event, I would argue. I was in Tullamore last Saturday and there was a great atmosphere around the place and a very good crowd. They gave us what we were looking for.